Okay, very good morning, guys. Okay, last class we have planned for working with data sources, how to manage the data, and to do that, okay, we have created a project with a name called MVC DH project. DH in the sense data handling project. Okay, yeah, we are writing the DAL class. We are writing the DAL code targeting XML, targeting the XML. And here we defined a constructor first. What are you doing in the constructor? Right, in the constructor, I'm reading the XML and also I'm setting a primary key. What next? The next thing what I want to do is I want to add a new, I want to do all the four operations: selecting, inserting, updating, deleting. Are you clear? I want to do all the four operations: selecting, inserting, updating, and deleting. Okay. See, when you're selecting data from the XML, actually all the data is present in a data set, but I don't want a data set. I want the data to come as a list so that I can bind it to my view. Or if you want to bind it to your view, what you require? A list of student or customer, list of customer now. So I cannot bind a data set to my view. Array, data sets cannot be bound to view. What should be bound to the view? List. So I want to write a method. The method should return all the customers' data as list of customer. Are you clear or not? So what should be the return type of the method? List of customer. And that is for all records. If it is single record, the return type should be customer. If it is a single record, the return type should be customer. With a multiple records, it should be list of customers. Okay. So guys, observe public list of customer, customers underscore select. I'm writing a method. Public list of customer, customers underscore select. Same way, public customer underscore select int customer ID. Are you clear? Yes or not? Okay, the first method should return what? Louder. List of customer. Second method, customer. It should be a single customer. Okay, where is your data? In the constructor, all the data is already loaded in the data set. So where is the data? Data is in the data set. So what to do? Say, I'm declaring a list of customers is equals to, I'm creating a list now. Now what you do, pick one by one record from the data set, pick one by one row from the data table. Yeah, data set is a collection of tables. Table is a collection of rows. Pick one by one row from the data table of the data set, convert into a list now. So how do you write a for each loop? Just go for writing a for each loop now. Watch guys. For each data row in tables of 0 dot rows. You're picking one by one row now. How many rows are there? I don't know. Right now, how many records are present in my XML file? That many rows will be there. How many records are there? Yesterday we added only 3 records. See, if 100 are there, 100 rows. The loop runs for 100 times. So every time, what should happen? A new customer instance should be created now. See, customer ID is equals to, see what you're doing? You're picking the value from the data row. DR of customer ID, DR of name, DR of balance, DR of city, DR of status. ID is integer, so convert that to integer to. Name is string, so you convert it to string. Balance is decimal, convert that to decimal. City is string, status is boolean. In the last, what will you do? Customers dot add. Add what? OBJ. Now tell me, when the loop runs, all the records are added to the list or not? Finally, what you'll do? Return customers. That's all. So when I call this method, all records will come back to me in the form of a while list. If it is a list, I can easily bind to my view now. You learned already in the ADO.NET classes. Sorry, in the database programming classes, you learned it already. Even in NT framework and all of them will give you data in the form of a list format only. So here also I'm taking a list. Why? That can be bound to my view now. Okay, fine. Now, can you guys tell me the logic for the second method? Customer. First you need to get the row now. You require to get the row first. You need to get the record. See, there are 10 records. You need to get the record based on the customer ID first. How do you get? Remember, in NT framework also we learned about this method called find method. Yeah, same now also. DS dot tables of 0 dot rows dot find. The return type is a data row. The return type is a data row. Now, with the help of this data row, create a instance of the customer. Create a instance of the customer. You're getting the instance of the customer now. What is this? Converting nothing. You're getting the, see, anyhow DR is there now. So it's same DR here, but here loop is there. Here single record. Lastly, return OBJ. Otherwise, return OBJ. That's it. So you're picking the row, you're creating a customer, and you're returning the customer object. Are you clear? So here you see, this is customer underscore select. So first we created an empty list. Now we are looping and initializing the list, returning this. Here, you're finding the row first. Once after finding the row, you're creating a customer instance, returning it. The two are ready now. The two methods are done now. What to? Customer underscore select, customer underscore select. Here, multiple. So, here, single. So, customer. Next, I want to write a method for insert. I want to write a method for insert. What are you passing? You're passing a customer. Okay, guys, where is the data now? Data set. How many records? 3 rows. 3 rows, correct? You want to insert means you need to add a 4th row now. You need to add a 4th row and save the data. You need to add the 4th row and save the data. Very simple, guys. Watch it. You want to add a 4th row. How many rows are there? You want to add a 4th row. Every row is an instance of the class data row, correct? You want to create a new row. Then what to do? You're required to create a new instance of the row now. How to create? Data row dr is equals to, generally, if you want to create an instance, how do you create? Is equals to new data row. Row created. But what about columns? Row requires columns now. How many columns? Currently, it is 5 columns. ID, name, balance, city, and status. But here, row is not having the columns. So what is the headache now? You know, you're required to add the columns again now. How? dr.columns.add column name, customer ID, data type, integer. Again, dr.columns.add name, string. 5 columns only there I'll add. But imagine tomorrow if you have 50 columns. Very complex to write the code now. So the simplest way how you can create things, watch it. ds dot tables of 0 dot new row. This is how you create a row. What happens, it is going to create a row with the same structure of the 0th table. The 0th table is the customer table. The row is created with columns now. The row is created with columns now. Means don't require to add the columns, sir? No need. Your row is created with 5 columns automatically now. Why? You're pointing to the table and you're calling new row. So this will create a row with the same structure of the table. Tomorrow you have 50 columns, no problem. 100 columns, no problem. What it will do? It will create a row with all the columns automatically. Okay, now? Next. dr of 0. Sorry. dr of 0. dr of 0 means first column. Am I correct? First column. The first column, what you should assign? dr of 1. dr of 2. dr of 3. dr of 4. Okay. Now, listen, look at this. Can you understand this line? ds dot tables of 0 dot rows dot add dr. Simple English, man. You're adding the row to the table now. You're adding the row to the table. Okay. Once the row is added to the table, ds dot write XML. See, there we called a method called read XML. Now it is write XML. Opposite for read is write now. Earlier you read. Now write. When you call write XML, it will overwrite the content in the XML file. And this is going to add you the new row. This is going to add you the new row. Okay. So guys, all of you, watch it. What is the first step? Based on the data table structure. Second, here I clearly without 0, I specifically mentioned you all the column names to make the things more descriptive. Okay, let me use the same code. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is also okay, but still this code is going to be descriptive if you write like this. What next? Adding the new row to data table. How to add? Tables of 0 dot rows dot add will add you. Last line. Saving data back to XML file. ds dot write XML and you're going to write it back there. Are you clearer or not? Understood my point? Okay. So this is what we are just going to perform in this case now. Okay. Well, insert is done. What next? Update. How to update? Public void customer underscore update. What should I pass? Customer. You want to update a row. Which row? First find the row now. First find the row. Already we done it in the previous. How to find a row? Are you clear? You picked this row from where? From the data set. Contains old values and new values. Old value. Where are the new values? That is the new values. And this one? Override the old values with new values. Remember, I explained to you already. Override all the old values with new value. Where are the old values? These are the old values. These are the, come on, let us override all the old values with the new values now. ID, no one can update the ID. Status, no one can update the status. You recollect what you can update? Only name, balance, and the city. Only these particular things only you can update. Are you clearer or not? Okay, that's what. I'm sorry, guys. We're required to refer to the index of the row. How to get the index is int index is equals to ds dot tables of 0 dot rows dot index of the row index. See, you have 20 rows. You're updating the 5th row. You're required to get the index of the row now. The index of the row is 4. How do I get? Index of the row I found. When I pass it, it will tell me the index of the row. Using this index, I am overriding the data that is present inside the table. Once completed, again the same process. Write XML where customer.xml. Okay. So guys, you can read the steps. First step. Second. Next. Based on the index, override all the old values with the new values. Next. Save the data. Just what you'll do is save the data. Are you clear? Okay. Oh, fine. What next? Delete. I want to delete the row. Okay. We'll delete, guys. For a delete, I don't require this one. What should I pass? Customer ID. First step, find the row again. Find the row. Now also, it is the same process. What you're required to do is find the row. Come on. Data row dr is equals to ds dot 0 dot rows dot find. Find. Now get the index of the row. Get the index of the row. Int index is equals to ds dot tables of 0 dot rows dot index of dr. You want to delete the row now? Okay. If you want to delete the row, ds dot tables of 0 dot rows of index pointing to the row dot. That's it. ds dot write XML. Customer dot XML. So you can read the steps. First step. Second step. Third step. By using index, I'm deleting the row now. Okay, last. Saving data back to XML. So if you observe, I am ready with my all the methods, all my DAL class code now. So what do you have? A constructor. And then we have 5 methods. One is a customers underscore select for all. Customer select, insert, update, delete. We have all the appropriate methods. Now in our controller, we can directly call off these methods now. Yes or not? In the controller, we can directly call off the methods. Come on. Let us add a controller. I did not add any controller till now, guys, because I opened an MVC project. By default, I did not add a controller. I'm adding. Right click. Add a controller. We'll name it as customer controller. Okay. Customer controller. First, import the model namespace. All steps same. Next, no context class. So directly create the DAL class instance. Create the DAL class instance. Customer XML DAL is equals to new customer XML DAL. And now you can start writing all the methods. What? Public view result. Display customers. Return view DAL dot customers underscore select. Finish. DAL dot customers underscore select. Or you want to be clear? Write like this. Where customers is equals to DAL dot customers underscore select. Then come here and then you pass customers. Next, public view result display customer. Where customer is equals to DAL dot customer underscore select. What should I pass? Customer ID. But before that, you're required to define a customer ID here now. Next, sorry, return view customer. return view customer. Next method, public view result add customer. This is simple code, return view. Next, HTTP post public view result add customer. Oh, sorry. Redirect to route result. Redirect to route result add customer. What will you do, man? Dal dot customer underscore insert and pass the customer object there. Okay, next, return redirected to action display customers. Next, public view result edit customer int custody. What to do first? Customer is equals to dal dot customer underscore select based on customer ID. Next, return view customer. Return view customer. Next, public redirect to route result update customer. What are you passing? Customer. Same, dal dot customer underscore update. What do you pass? Customer. Redirect to action display customers. I think the method is no. Redirect to action result. Here it is changed. Redirect to array. Without this confusion, simply take I action. If you take this, you don't have any problem now. But exact method is redirect to, not route result. Redirect to action result is a return type now. Okay. If you take I action result, anything can be used here. No problem. You want to see specific, redirect to action result. Next, public I action result delete customer int customer ID. Okay, dal dot customer underscore delete. What do you pass? Customer ID. Return redirect to action display customers. This code is as same as the code what we written in the entity framework. There is nothing difference here. Now let us start adding all the first add view. The name is display customers. @ model I enumerable of. Sir, you should write namespace name. No need. Already global import is there. MVC project. I already said you. What's there? View imports is there and your namespace is already imported. Check it out. MVC DH project dot models. So I don't require to do it again now. Is it clear? That is why here, what should I write? Enumerable customer. In MVC 5, how we used to write? MVC DH project dot models dot customer. That's a lengthy code we used to write. Now simple for enumerable customer. And the rest of the code is as same as how you have learned in your MVC 5. It's a table what we are designing now, right? Watch, guys. We have a table. You know all these things, ID, name, all this up to here. And you know this also, display for same only now also. But now I need to place 3 links now. Edit, view, delete. And to place the link, I'm using tag helpers. Watch. ASP action, display customer. Controller, not required. Nah. Same controller only, nah. Not required. Next. I said you this already. Remember, route value, ASP route hyphen. Afterwards, you can write your name now. It's a customer ID, customer ID. Student ID, student ID. Anything is your choice. See, you don't find a parameter with this name. When you're typing, all of you observe it. How do you find ASP hyphen? Look at the third one, guys. Look at the third one. Hyphen dot means replace your name now. Replace your name. Hyphen. What is the name? My parameter name is. That's it. If your parameter name is S number, hyphen S number. Your parameter name is employee number, hyphen employee number. That is how you can just pass. What is the value? Customer ID. Next, view. Okay. Next, watch it. Last one, see. If at all you're writing in your, if at all you're writing this confirm, if you're writing in confirm, how did you write in MVC 5? How did you write in MVC 5? New of, open the curly braces, on click is equals to return. That is how you return. Now I don't require all the nonsense. Straight away I can write on click is equals to why? It is a normal HTML code only now. So what should I write? On click is equals to and write. But recollect yourself, this is not how did you write in the MVC 5. New, open the curly braces, and inside of it you used to write on click is equals to HTML attributes. But right now HTML attribute on click can be directly used in the code. Is it clear, everyone? I replaced everything with action links now. I did not use HTML.action. What I used? Anchor tag, the regular anchor tag. That only I said you. From now, whenever I create the views, I will use all tag helpers only. Yeah, tag helpers using there now. Next one. Add view. Display customer. At the rate model customer. Nothing there here, just a 2-column table. Last, we have the link. What is that? Back to customer detail. You know this, back to customer. Again, tag help. Again, what I used is a tag helper. These are all tag helpers. Okay. See, if the color is purple, it's a tag helper. If the color is maroon, it's HTML. It is HTML tag. You see the color purple means it's not HTML. It is a tag helper. Next. Add customer. Okay, at the rate model customer. Watch, guys. Just a second. Watch. Form. Method equal to, and I said you, this is not mandatory. Default is also post only. Default is also post. No need to write it. Enough. Now see. Label ASP for. Next. How simple creating an Xbox now see? No need to give ID. No need to give name. All it will add now. What you require to specify is only the model property name. That's all. Understood or not? I don't require to specify anything at all. Very simple. Simply ASP for. The same thing. How did we create there? At the rate HTML dot text box for C lambda expression C dot customer ID. A little bit conflicting code, confusing code. But here it is very, very easy and simple. ASP for is attribute. Specify the property name. That's all. Very simple code. Understood all of you? What next? Edit. Edit customer. At the rate model customer. Now also it is the same pattern. Watch again. ASP controller, ASP action. Label, text box. And see, read on. There how you used to write curly braces, read only is equals to read only. But here, just read only. That's it. See the checkbox, disabled. Disabled. The checkbox is disabled. Simply use the disabled attribute. They're all HTML attributes here. I'm not going to be your tag helper attributes. How to identify? Color. Maroon color means HTML attributes. Read only is HTML attributes. Disabled is also. What are tag helper attributes? Purple color. These are tag helper attributes. That's how you should identify. All my views are done now. And both the cases, writing the method is optional. Even if I don't write also, no problem. Write, no issue. Don't write also, no issue. Okay. Let's watch, guys. All the actions now. Running in Kestrel. Yeah, by default, it will show Kestrel. Kestrel is a bit slow, guys. Change after IS Express. Okay. So remember this one, guys. If I can add that customer's link here, I can directly click and launch now. Okay. We did not add. So now I should type customers. Display customers. How many records are there? Oh, sorry. Customer. Display customers. 3 records from the XML. All the 3 records. Click on the view button. Displaying the data. Click on add. Oh, sorry. This is balance. This is city. Status. Save. Got it? Go and see in the XML file whether it is added or not. Check it out. Got it? If it is added only, that will come here. If it is coming here, means it is added now. Okay. I want to click on edit. Editing the record. Update. Updated. Come on, check. Got it? Delete. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Deleted. Clearer? Earlier we used to do with the database. Now I shown with a Excel file. You can live see in your project only all the changes being appended now. Is everyone clearer or not? All changes can be live detected here because we are straight away doing on the local. Okay, add. Some name. Okay, balance 55,000. City, Delhi. I'm re-adding the records. Added. Okay, I just want to change the name. Update it. Just update it. Like this, you keep on adding multiple records in this now. 105. Balance 65,000. Kolkata. Add. Mumbai. Okay, guys. Now we have 6 records in the table now. And go and see the XML. All 6 records added. Is that clear? Earlier, I shown you with database. Now I shown you with XML. Any data source. Basically, our concept is data source communication. It is not database communication. Okay. So you have started our discussion here. What's it? Data management using XML. It is all about data management using the XML now. Okay. First, create a new ASP.NET Core web application, naming it as, choose the target framework as .NET 7. Click on create button. Add an XML file and write it. Yeah, this XML file what you have created. This is the XML file that has been created there, and in the XML file, okay, in the XML file, we have all the information. What next? Customer class with all the 5 properties. Next, DAL class. The DAL class, what is the name? Customer XML DAL. And here you have the system.data, customer XML DAL, and you written the code. For everything I given you a detailed description. Comments are given for every statement there. So just go through them and you'll understand what exactly I am doing in all the places. Is that clear? Okay, so just added you clear comments to you just to understand what exactly is happening on each and every line. What next? Controller. In the controller, all the methods. Every method is defined here. The next step is creating the views now. The next step is creating the views. We just created up all the views there. Is it clear? Okay. Well, we have successfully completed up this code. We have successfully completed up this particular code. Now, we need to understand a concept here. What is this? There is a problem in our application now, in our implementation, not application. There is a small problem in our implementation. What problem, sir? Everything we perfectly designed, model class and DAL class, controller, all things are correctly designed. Yes or not? Okay, you're correctly designed. Today, you have one controller. You have one controller. Tomorrow, suppose you have 10 different controllers now dealing with the same XML. You have 10 different controllers now dealing with the same XML, performing different operations now. Now tell me, do you require to create the DAL class instance in all the controllers or not? Tell me, I have 10 separate controllers and now the DAL class instance should be created in all the 10 classes now. So right now, the DAL class and the controller are tightly coupled with each other. Understand my point. What is that? The DAL class and the controller are tightly coupled with each other. This is called as a tight coupling. Okay, this is called as a tight coupling. But tomorrow, if you design applications like this, we have a problem. What is the problem? Currently, understand, when you're developing applications, you all require to know two things here. What's it? You will be developing projects. You will be developing products. You'll be developing projects and products. What is a project? A project is something given. A project is something given based on some client's requirement. The client comes with his requirements, and after coming with his requirements, we build an application for the client according to the requirement. I sent you, remember when I explained you API, I said you, right now we have a new client asking us to build an application for airline ticketing. Yes or not? The client came to us asking for building an application for their airline ticketing now. Okay, so that's what we have a new client yesterday. They're asking to build an application for golf. It's a US company, US golf application. Means golf is very costly game in US. It's a very costly game in US. All the niche people plays it. So basically, you want to take the memberships, you want to, on a weekend, you want to book a golf course. So suppose you want to play cricket in Hyderabad now. There are so many grounds in Hyderabad and you have so many apps where you can book a cricket ground. You can book a cricket ground. You can just book a ground there. Apps are available. You can see the apps. It'll show you all the grounds which are available. You can select your ground you want, the timing you want, and all the date, everything. The price is shown. You can pay the price and do it now. Badminton courts you can pick. Indoor badminton courts. Cricket grounds. Tennis grounds. For all the things, apps are available today. You can pick online directly. Okay. See, basically, all the people working in software, this is their routine, Saturday, Sunday. The 5 days they work, Saturday, they just start playing. Lot of, in Madhapur and that area, you'll find a lot of box crickets or cricket grounds and so many things. For everything today, apps are available. Same way, we got a client from US now for building an application for golf. So they came out with the requirements now, telling we want an application like this. So asking us to give us the analysis, estimates, and all the things. How much time you want, how much bill you're quoting, all the things. If everything materializes, we get the contract. So these are what we call as projects. Means client comes to you with a requirement and you people are trying to build an application based on the client's requirement. Did you understand me or not? Client comes to you with a requirement and you people are trying to build the application based on the client's requirement. So that's what we call them as projects. Second thing is product. What's a product? Product means, here guys, product means in product scenario, we don't have any particular client here. We don't have any particular client here. Then we will be developing the application in general. Means common to all. MS Office. Did you give Microsoft the requirements to build an MS Office for you? No. MS Office is built by Microsoft as a generally and given to people to use them in their day-to-day business now. Yes or not? Okay, browsers, antivirus softwares, all these are products. All these are products. Projects are different, products are different. Okay, project means we are targeting a particular client, we develop him and we give him. We develop it and we give the product to the client now. Give the application to the client. That's specific to the client only. But product means we are not targeting anyone particularly. We develop the application in general and start selling this in the market. You install a Uber app on your system, Zomato on your system. All these are products only. They are not projects. We did not ask Uber, build an application for me like this. Correct or not? So what are they? Products. Like this, we have two different options. Projects, products. Now, when you talk about this particular product, when you talk about this particular product, when you talk about the product here, products are generally built in to the people and that can be customized. That can be customized. Suppose I'm developing a product for a school automation. I'm developing a product for a school automation. So tomorrow I'll go to a school and I'll just ask them, what is it? If at all you just wanted to automate your system, if at all you want to automate a system, we have a ready-made software. We have a ready-made software. But see, if the school wants to build that software, it's a very costly effort. If I ask Microsoft to build MS Office to me, they will charge you in millions, dollars, not rupees, millions of dollars. But MS Office, hardly you spend 6,500, you get a licensed version of MS Office now. Yes or not? Okay. See, products are less in cost. Why? They are sold to multiple people, but projects are more in cost because they're specifically developed to you. They're specifically developed to you. So that's the difference. So products are very less. So I can go to a school and tell, you want to automate your school? Okay, if at all you just want to build a software, you go to any software company, they'll charge you 10 to 20 lakhs, ask you. But I can give you the software just only for 50,000. The software is ready. I can give you the software to you now. Are you clear up? Just 50,000, I'll sell the software to you. You can just install on your machines and start using it. Readily made because it is a product now. Okay. Generally, sometimes in products, clients can ask for customizations. Clients can ask for customization. Like what customization? Like suppose you created some menu, something you're getting at. The client can ask, change me the menu color. Change me the menu color. Or you're giving a common logo on the top, school automation. The client can ask, I want my school name to be shown there. Compulsory, they'll ask you for some changes. Okay, you take it like this, 50,000. You want automation? You want to automate? You want to just go for any changes, anything? Pay extra. We'll charge for it. Pay me another 10,000, 20,000. We'll make all the changes accordingly and give. Price varies now. So now I developed a school automation software, went to a client. And the client, actually the school is a very small school. They cannot afford, because this application requires a database now. The school is telling, no, we cannot afford for a database licenses and all. So I said, okay, no problem. We can use XML, a simple local database. You can use XML, no need licensing for that. Text file, that's all. Are you clear? Or you can use Excel. You have Office in your organization. So Excel can be used. That is going to come for very less licensing fees now. The school is a very big school. They have a lot of money and they're ready to afford. Security is important for them now. Security is important. They're asking like, I want the database as SQL server. I want SQL server database. And some client is saying, no, I don't want SQL server. My systems are all Linux machines or Mac machines. SQL server will not work there. So I just want to use a Oracle database. Licensing fees varies for each database here. It's not the same cost. It's not going to be same cost. So now when I go to my client, I will take all the options before the client. What is it? Simple. What is that? Software plus XML. 50,000 rupees. Software plus Office, You want to use Excel as a database. You want to use Excel as a database. So for Office, you're required to purchase the Office license, 6,500. So 50,000 plus Office licensing software. Software plus SQL server. This is SQL. This is the cost. Software plus Oracle database. This is the cost. Like this, I'll put all the options before the client now. You go to purchase a bike or a car. He'll give you a lot of options. You decided your model. But after you decided and go to the model also, he will tell you 4 or 5 options now for that model only. Model is same. What is it? You want interiors, cost is different. You want alloy wheels, cost is different. The car comes with a 15 inches tire and you want to replace with a 16 inches tire, cost is different. For everything, they'll put extra cost now. Extra fittings. You want a camera, you want a music system, all this particular thing, everything is going to be extra. So we also, when we are selling products, when you're selling the products, companies also sell the products like this only. They give you different options. Are you clear? If suppose the client has chosen XML, one client has chosen XML. I can use this application as it is, I can give to my client now. Another client is using, another client said that I want to use SQL server. Are you clear? Now understand, you're written a DAL class now targeting XML. Will that work with SQL server? Huh? You're required to write another DAL class targeting SQL server now. Are you getting me? Now another client came and said, I want Oracle. You need to write another DAL class targeting Oracle. See, these methods in the class are generalized. What do you mean by that? Watch it. Where is the DAL class? Closed up. Models. These are generalized. Returning what? List there. Returning a list means XML also list only, Excel also list only, all a list. But inside code is different now. You will write same code for SQL server. Huh? No, you required is NT framework there now. Can I use the same code for Oracle? No. Can I use the same code for Excel? No. All this code varies. Means in your project, you need to define multiple DAL classes now. That's why I named it as XML DAL. Tomorrow, if I want to target SQL server, I need to define a class called customer SQL DAL. If the client is asking Oracle, customer Oracle DAL. If the client is asking Excel, customer Excel DAL. I need to write my DAL classes separately now. Did you catch my point? Now the problem with the tight coupling is this DAL class name is used in controller. Am I correct? 10 controllers are there. 10 places you're required to write this. Tomorrow, if at all you want to change to SQL, you're required to update all the controllers now. Array, one place or multiple places. That is what the tight coupling impact is. If I forget to modify all the things again, wrong outputs will come now. Are you clearer? So that is the problem with tight coupling. So tight coupling has a problem. What is the problem with tight coupling? Tomorrow, if there is an update required, all places where that class is used must be updated. To avoid this particular problem, we have a concept of loose coupling. We have a concept of the loose coupling by using a design pattern called as dependency injection design pattern. By using a design pattern called as dependency injection design pattern. With the help of the dependency injection design pattern, we can change off our code to loose coupling without using a tight coupling. Means if I use loose coupling, what is the advantage? One place only I should modify, just like configuration files. One place if I modify in the config, the whole application works now. Same concept only. In one place, if I change my class name, it will affect the complete application without changing it in multiple places. That's what the concept of dependency injection is. So have a look, read this, guys. What is the problem in the above implementation? As we can see in the above customer controller class, to get the customer data, control depends on customer XML DAL class. So within the controller class, we have created the instance of customer XML DAL class and invoking all the methods of that class as per our requirements. So there is a tight coupling between customer controller class and customer XML DAL class. Tomorrow, if the DAL implementation class change, then we also need to change the code in the controller class where we used customer XML DAL, because controller and DAL are tightly coupled with each other. If I used in one place, not a problem. But imagine you used in 10 places. All 10 places should be updated. You use it that class in 20, 30 places. All the 20, 30 places should be updated. This is error prone and time taken. Why time taken? Update all the files is time taken. Why error prone? In this modification, I forgot to modify in one file now. They'll give you wrong outputs now. Error prone or not? It is error prone also. And also, what is the second drawback? It is going to be error prone and complicated, complex. Okay. We can overcome this problem with the help of dependency injection design pattern. We can overcome this problem with the help of dependency injection design pattern. Then I'll have a doubt here. Sir, what is dependency injection design pattern? DI. We call it as DI pattern. Dependency injection pattern. Dependency injection is a process of injecting the object or instance of a class into another class that depends on it. The dependency injection is the most used design pattern nowadays to remove the dependencies between the object instances, and this allows us to develop loosely coupled software components. Loosely coupled software components. Let's not speak about the theoretical things now. Let me practically give you an idea. Then we'll come back and understand each and everything. So to resolve this particular problem, see, tomorrow, what I said to you, today we have a class customer XML DAL. Tomorrow your target is SQL server. What you need to do, guys? Add a new class. Name the class as customer. Now this implementation is going to be done with SQL now. So I named the class as SQL DAL. And now same like that, I have one more implementation. What I need to do now with the Oracle. So let me name it as customer Oracle DAL. One more implementation I want to give is with Excel now. One more implementation, what I want to give is with Excel. Are you clear? Now 4 implementations now. 4 implementation. But one thing, in all 4, you will write the same 5 methods only. What methods? Get customer, select customers, customers underscore select, customer underscore select, customer underscore insert, customer update, customer delete. But implementation logic changes. Methods are same, signatures are same, written types are same. What will vary? Implementation logic will vary. Are you clear? Now, these are the 4. So tomorrow, if client asks for Oracle, without changing this class name in all the controllers, I want to change it only in one place. If I change there, it should affect my whole application. Is it clearer or not? It should affect my whole application now. Okay, so what to do? What to do is, the first step in implementing the dependency injection pattern is, so you have 4 DAL classes, but methods and signatures are same. What is changing? Implementation logic is changing. Okay, then do one thing. What you'll do, declare one interface in the project and declare all the methods in that interface first. What you'll do? Define an interface in the project and put all the methods in the interface. Okay, come on, guys. We'll do that. Add a interface now, new item, interface. Let's give the name as I customer DAL. See now, this is generic. I'm not pointing to anything now. What is the name? Not SQL, Oracle or something. I customer DAL. Now come here. And now all the methods, let us declare them there. That's all. No implementations. Interface will not contain implementations. Nah. What it contains? Only declaration. Come on, let's declare. And you remember that? What? Members of interface are by default public. No need to write public directly. Second method. Customer underscore select int cust ID. Same like all the other methods also. Okay, this is the first step. Declare all the methods in the interface. Okay, now after declaring all the methods of the interface, now what you do, make this interface as a parent of all the 4 classes. Make the interface as a parent of all the 4 classes. Come on, guys. First one, customer XML DAL. First one is customer XML DAL, colon. I don't get any error here because all methods are already implemented. But coming to SQL DAL, colon, you get all the errors. You get the error now. Why? Implementation has not been done. Okay, we will write the actual implementation, but for the time being, can I have a dummy implementation? Actual code I'll write here. For the time being, can I give a dummy implementation? I taught you in the C# classes, recollect, right click, quick actions and refactorings, and simply select the option implement interface. All implementations are dummy now, but no error. Otherwise, it won't allow my project to compile here. Now come to Oracle DAL, same again. Quick actions and refactorings, implement interface. Customer, quick actions and all done. So now all classes, the project will compile now, no errors. Are you clear with the first step, first and second step? What is the first step? Define an interface and declare all the methods in that interface now. All are abstract. Second step, make the interface a parent for all the implementation classes. 4 implementations are there, 10 implementations are there, your choice. Put it all over there now. Are you clear? Okay. Next, the next step is go to program class. Go to program class. And in the program class, guys, you're required to do now builder dot services dot. Okay. And now you add scoped. There is a method called add scope. And here tell the 2 things here. What is it? First one is the name of the interface. And the second one is the name of the class. Name of the interface and name of the class now. Now, what is the name of the interface, guys? Customer DAL. It's not a string, I think. Type. It takes it as a type. So should write type of customer DAL, comma, type of. Which class you want now? You want the implementation as XML, SQL, or Oracle, or Excel. Decide here now. For the time being, we have implementation only for XML. I'll use that class. What is the name? Customer. Oh, sorry. Customer XML DAL. I'm sorry. Customer XML DAL. Sir, error coming. Namespace is not imported. Why? That's why you're getting the error. Using project dot models. Models namespace should be important. Yeah. This is how you're giving now. Okay. This is the third step. Now what you'll do, go to the controller. Go to the controller now. Where is the controller? In the controller, what are you doing, man? Open the mouth and answer. instance of the DAL class, correct? Don't use the DAL class, use the interface here. Use the interface here. What is the interface name? iCustomer DAL. Okay. Now use a constructor. Public customer controller. You know that code now, initializing it through constructor now, that's all. I declared it now. I'm initializing it through the constructor. You learned in your C#, initializing the members by using the constructor. Okay. Well, now let me run this code once and let us see whether this code works or not. Working, huh? Yes or not? So tomorrow, today your implementation is with Excel, XML, correct now? And now in all the controllers, write the same code now. Don't specify the class name. I don't have a tight coupling with my DAL class C now. I am integrating with my interface, not with my class. Are you getting my point or not? You have 10 controllers. In 10 controllers, same. But which class will come there? Which class will come there? I am listing in my program. Tomorrow, if I come here and change this code to SQL DAL, now my application will connect to SQL server now. And if I write here Oracle, my application will connect with Oracle now. If I say Excel, my application will connect with Excel. That's it. One place I modify, my whole application depends on that now. Is it clearer or not? Understood the concept? Okay, what is the first step? Define an interface and put all the methods into that interface. Define all the methods into interface. Second step, write all your implementation classes, but all implementation classes should inherit from the interface. Third step, register that class in the program. It's a service, guys. What I said to you, this is all about adding the services to the container. We added a service here. Which service? Add controller with views. Already explained about this. Now you're adding a new service now. This is a service now. And by using this service, we are registering the dependency objects here now. And here I'm telling, what's it? This is my interface. This is my class. So in the runtime, what will happen, the instance of this class is assigned to iCustomer DAL. And that iCustomer DAL will come to here now. And this is initialized and the code executes automatically. So tomorrow, if you want to change this class, here simply come here and change up to the class you want. Now I'm targeting to, and see, later going forward, I will write you implementation for SQL DAL. When I write the implementation for SQL DAL, I'll come and change here. That's all. I won't touch the controller at all now. Going forward, I'm not going to touch the controller anymore. My controller code is ready. Whatever is the implementation, one place I will change. That is in the program class. If I change here, my whole application will work with the appropriate implementation. Whatever, now see, one customer asked to use Oracle. Okay, I'll change here, install the application. Over now. Another customer is asking for SQL. I'll change here, install it. Finish. You don't have a tight coupling now. Your coupling is with the interface, not with the class. You'll have a doubt here. So how can we call the members by using the interface? You learned in inheritance here. Parent can call child class overridden members. That is the rule of inheritance. What is the parent of all the 4 classes? Interface. So interface reference can call child class members now. Yes or not? What cannot be called? Pure child members cannot be called, but overridden members can be called. And every method in the class is an overridden member for the interface because all are declared in the interface first. What is not accessible? Suppose you write a new method in the class not declared in the interface. That is a pure child class member. Remember the words or not? Pure child class members, overridden members, and overridden members are always accessible. What is not accessible? Pure child class members are not going to be accessible to you in this place. Are you clearer, all of you? Okay, this is the most important topic that is in the dependency injection. Refer to Google, anywhere you Google and find out. If you can learn or understand the topics this much simple, I challenge. Anywhere, Google, whatever, Facebook, YouTube videos, anywhere you Google. If you can understand the concept this much simple and come back and say, sir, I just understood very simple, I'll challenge you. Nowhere you get this information that much simple. I showed you that simple. That's it. Without telling anything, first I given the implementation for XML DAL. Okay, first let us do it. I did not tell you anything at all first. First we began with XML. There we did not know anything called as dependency injection at all. Yes or not? Later on I said, array, there's a problem. Let us change the implementation. Okay, guys, watch it. What is dependency injection design pattern? Read it. Dependency injection is a process of injecting the object or instance of a class into another class that depends on it now. Who is depending? Controller is depending on DAL. On DAL means you are injecting the DAL class object into the controller now. Okay. The dependency injection is the most used design pattern nowadays to remove the dependencies between the objects or instances. And this allows us to develop loosely coupled software components. Dependency injection pattern involves 3 types of classes. Read them. First one. The client class is the class that depends on the service class. Second, service class. The service class is the interface that provides services to the client class. Into the client class. Can you tell me now what is the client class, what is the service class, and what is the injector class? I shown all the 3 in the code now. Come on, recognize. What is the client class? Controller. Controller. Controller is a client. Who is taking the data? Controller. So controller is a client now. Next, service. The interface and the implementation classes of the services now. They are providing the service. Third one, injector class. Who is the injector? Interface or implementation class is the service, I said you. Again, you're telling DAL now. Program, yeah. Injection is done from program. Program is the injector now. Understand correctly. Client class. Who is that? Who is depending on the service now? Controller depends. Who is the service? Very clearly I said you. Interface or implementation class. Nothing but the DAL classes now. Are you clear? Okay, I'll change it. Interface or implementation classes. That provides what? Service. Yeah, those classes are giving the services to the client now. There only the logic is there now. Third one. The injector class injects the service class object into client. And who is injecting now? My program class is injecting. Did you understand the 3 or not? First one, client, controller. Second one, service, the interface or implementation classes. Third one is injector. And the injector is nothing but the program which is injecting the service now. Okay. Dependency injection in ASP.NET Core. Actually, I did not show you this in ASP.NET 5. The reason is, in ASP.NET 5 also I have dependency injection. But if I want dependency injection, I require to write lot of coding. It will take 2 or 3 days to understand the code or to write the code also for me. That much complicated it is. But possible in ASP.NET 5 also. If you want, just refer to the Google and find out how to implement dependency injection in MVC 5. Okay, you'll find you're required to manually write all these particular things. Injector classes, all these things should be manually defined by you. But when you come to ASP.NET Core, Microsoft has given a built-in support. It has given a built-in support for the dependency injection. You don't require to write any coding at all. Just to focus on your classes. That's all. What did I write extra now? Program is readily available. Controllers, we define. DAL classes, we define. That's it now. Extra, I did not define anything now. Am I correct? Because there is a built-in support there. Read it. ASP.NET Core framework is designed from scratch to provide inbuilt support for dependency injection. Tomorrow, if you say, I learned .NET Core, the first question what is asked is, okay then, are you aware of dependency injection? Are you getting my point? Are you aware of the dependency? Yes, I am aware of the dependency injection. This dependency injection pattern has 3 components in it. What are the 3? Client class, service class, injector class. Client class is the one who is taking the services. Service class, the one who is providing the service. Simple English, man. Client is taking the service. Service is providing the service. And injector is the one which is going to provide the service to the client now. Are you getting me? There is a company manufacturing some product now. There is a company manufacturing a soap. And you want to purchase the soap. There is a retailer between you who is selling the soap to you. The retailer is the injector now. The company is the service and you are the client. Got it? Okay. So ASP.NET Core framework injects objects or instances of dependency classes through constructor or method or property by using the built-in IOC, inversion of control container. That is the inbuilt container. And based on that, all this code will be working for us. Okay. So what is the true constructor or method or property? Today, I injected the service to you through the constructor of the class. Remember, how did I inject it? Go to customer controller and watch. The service is injected here through the, you can use like this methods also, properties also. Methods also can be used and injected, and properties also can be used and injected. Okay, 3 options are there. So what is it? One is constructor injection, method injection, property injection. What I shown you now is constructor injection. Tomorrow somewhere we may require a method injection, or we may require a property injection, or we can also do manual injection also. Manual. What is the manual? We'll show you guys how to use the manual. Also, I'll tell you. Okay. Next. What are the advantages of using ASP.NET Core dependency injection? ASP.NET Core dependency injection allows us to develop loosely coupled software components using components. Okay. Using ASP.NET Core dependency injection, very easy to swap with a different implementation of a component class now, or different implementation of a service. Different implementation of a service now. The service has a different implementation. One is XML, one is Oracle, one is SQL, and one is Excel. A different implementation of a service. Okay. What type of services ASP.NET Core dependency injection provides? What services it provides? First one, framework services, application services. What are framework services? By default, some services are already offered to you free of cost. Right now, you are given implementation on your own now, all these things. But by default, some services are offered to you free of cost. What are those? I want to read from a config file now. I want to read from a config file. Recollect here in .NET, in your MVC 5 or any, if you want to read from a config file, what you require to do? First, you're required to import system.configuration namespace. Yes or not? Then you're required to take the help of a configuration manager class. And with the help of the configuration manager class, we can just read from that. Am I correct? But guys, if at all you just look into here, here, that configuration service is already injected here. That configuration services are already injected here. And you can simply take the help of them as iConfiguration dot, and you can start reading it. The iConfiguration, again, the interface now. They're all built-in services. Some built-in services are already available. What are the built-in services? You used this in the day before yesterday class. Recollect. @ inject. Recollect. We written on the top of the view at the rate inject. You don't know this, ignore. I'll tell you later. I said here. Now see, dependency injection only that is. I'm injecting now. Which service? The web host environment service. With this, I can start reading the environment from my environment file now. And to read it, I don't require to create any instances or nothing. Straight away, inject that service and see env dot and we read it. Check it out. What is the project? The project, not this project now, or previous project. Huh? Tag helpers. Okay. I think in index.cshtml we done. See the first line. You are injecting what? env. Array, today also you injected customer dal. Same way env. Understood? And you see here env dot. Same way dal dot. You're calling your method C now. Same way you're calling a member there. Understood? Some services are free. What? Configuration services to read from config file, service collections, logger factories, web host environments, all these are free. Everything is for a different use. You can learn going forward. This is for reading the hosting environment. This is for reading the configuration. Remaining also, when the time comes, we'll try to understand service collections, logger factories, and all the things. Second one, the services, custom types, which we as a programmer create for our. So what we saw now is application services. What is built in is framework services. Framework services are already available. Application services, you need to use them explicitly by defining your own service classes and the client classes. No need to write injector class. Injector class is ready. What you should define? Service, client. Only two. Injector is ready made. What is that? Program is the injector. Okay. Now see, to let the IOC container automatically inject our application service, we need to register them with the IOC container. How, sir? That is what you're doing in the program class. Array, you're adding the services. You're registering the service now. How to register? Add scoped. We called a method called add scoped and registered. See, to let the IOC container automatically inject our application service, we first need to register them with the IOC container, and we do it in the program class, guys. See now, how to register a service with ASP.NET Core dependency injection container. How to inject. How to register. Because I said in the note, we need to register. Now I'm giving an answer. How to register. Read. Within the configure services method of startup class in program class in ASP.NET 6.0 and above, in ASP.NET Core 6.0 and above. Yeah. Before we register a service with the dependency injection container, it is important to understand the lifetime of the service. What is this lifetime, sir? Scope. The lifetime in the sense scope of that service means I will inject an object. How much time you want this object to stay there? We learned all these things with the state management here. Session, applications, view states. Do you remember? That will tell the lifetime now. View state, view bag, basically view bag, view data. Lifetime is one request only. Temp data, multiple request. But second request, you will lose the data. Otherwise, you need to call keep, peak. Third one, session, single user global data. Application, multi-user, not single user, multi-user global data. We have different scopes now. That's what you also require to understand the lifetime of it. Means how you want this object. You want to use this object only for one request, or you want to use this object for multiple requests, or you want to use this object for all clients, all requests. that you're required to tell that. How? That is, when a client class receives the dependency object through dependency injection, whether the instant it receives is unique or not depends on the lifetime of the service. Setting the lifetime of the dependency object or instant determines how many times the dependency object needs to be created, and we are provided with the 3 options to set the lifetime of the service. There are 3 options available for setting the lifetime, guys. What is the first one? I shown you that only now, but you have 2 more options available. Scoped, transient. Sir, what is singleton? Read. In this case, the IOC container will create and share a single object of the service object throughout the application's lifetime. Means it is one object, just like our application now. What is that? Multi-user global data. It's going to be multi-user global data throughout the application's lifetime. It uses, understand, a single ton means one object for all. One object for all means tomorrow 100 clients are there, also will use the same object. Can I use it in banking applications? Can I use it in my banking applications? If I use it, your data will come to me now. Are you clearer or not? Your data will come. Where can I use it? See, we are designing a application, guys, that is going to, there is a cricket match going on. And now you just want to check the cricket score now. You have so many apps that are available. You can install on your mobile, which will show you live updates of the score. Yes or not? Now, when the cricket match is going on, how many people will be using this app? Tell me. For all the people, should I show the same score or score differently for everyone? Same one, same score, Elena. That works now. That works now. Singleton, one object for all. When I update on the server, it changes to all people. Why? One object for all. That's called singleton. It's not secured, man. It's not secured. It's a public. Second one, scoped. Read it. Means for every request, one object is created now. Every request, one object is created. Suppose in that request, we have 3 method calls. In one request, we have 3 method calls. The same object will be used in all the 3. Did you catch my point or not? Watch it. The best example is, look at this display customers, or look at this edit customer. Watch this, update customer or add customer. You have 2 calls here. What are the 2 calls? One call. This is one call. Am I correct? Now it will redirect to, sorry. It will redirect to where? Display customers. And when you come to display customers, in display customers, you have another call now. One caller, 2 caller. Both are in the same request only. Remember, when I insert, first insert call, afterwards select call, both are done in one request or 2 separate requests. That is what. When I say scoped, one object is created, and that object will work for all the requests, all the calls you make in that request only. Again, once you come to browser and goes to server, that's a new request. Don't forget it. I already explained about the web applications to you. How do they behave? Once output comes to browser, connection is cut off. Again, you send a request, another object is created. Are you clear? See, means in scoped, one object can call how many methods? N number in one request. Means you call 2 methods, 3 methods, 10 methods, no problem in that request. Last one. Read it. Did you understand? In one request, I have 2 calls. In one request, I have 2 calls. One call is insert call. One call is select call. 2 objects are created now. One object for insert. One object for select. Waste of time now. The same object can be used for both now. Yes or not? When does it work? Single call. Single call is the best option what you can use in your ATM systems currently now. Your ATM system call is single call only now. One action only will be performed. Again, you require to create another object. Single call mechanism means only one method call. Multiple methods will not be called. Understand what I'm telling? One request. Request means what comes from a client to server. After the request comes to the server, there can be one method call or multiple method calls. Okay, suppose there are 10 calls. If I use a transient, 10 objects are created. If I use scoped, one object is created. If I use that, one object for all people now. That is global. That's what I said to you. Okay, now tell me which one is the correct option for my application now. For my application, which one suits well? Singleton or scoped or transient? Scoped. The perfect option what suits you is scoped. Depends here. That changes depending on the application. I'm not telling this is correct, that is correct. For my application now, what is the best option I asked you? That's all. I did not ask you what is the best of the three. If the best of the three is scoped, Microsoft is not a fool to give you singleton and transient now. That depends on the type of application. For our application now, what is the correct option? Scoped. So let us go to the, just a minute. Let us go to program now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I used the scoped only. I used the scoped only. Okay. Why? Because this correctly suits to me. But you have singleton option also. You have transient option also. Okay. If you're going for a banking application, don't go for using singleton. Transient will be the best option there. Every time a new object, so that it is going to be more secured. It's going to be more secured for you in that case. Depending on the requirement, you need to do it. How to register? How to register the service with dependency injection container? ASP.NET Core framework provides 3 extension methods to register a service. ASP.NET Core dependency injection. And these 3 methods will determine the lifetime of the service. See the 3 methods. Actually, I did not list you here, but these are overload methods, man. Just a second. These are overload methods. What is that, sir? You can use it like this also. Watch it. Add singleton. Add singleton. Watch it. Type interface. Type class. Can you understand the difference between the two? I did not ask you about the behavior. Just the syntactically, if you see, what do you understand between the two? The first one you're seeing on the left-hand side is a generic method here. That is a generic. Generics, it is using generics. Here, parameters are used. In this case, parameters are used. In that case, generics is used. That's all. Here we have generic. Means when you're writing the code, watch it, guys. This is one style of writing the code. All of you, concentrate. This is one style of writing the code. Another style is builder dot services dot add scoped. Add scoped. You can pass the 2 things here. What? Customer DAL and customer XML DAL. Here, no need to use type of. Like this also we can pass. This is another style of writing. Okay. See here, generics is used. Here, method parameter. When you say type, compulsory, what you should say? Type of and pass it. If it is string, you put in double quotes now. And string means double quotes. Type means type of. We should use the type of function and call it. Okay. Watch, guys. Yeah. The built-in IOC container manages the lifetime of a registered service automatically. Service. That is, it automatically disposes of a service object based on the specified lifetime. Based on the lifetime, it will dispose. You say transient. One call completed, disposed. You say scoped, request completed, and it is released, disposed. Singleton, application end only until the application stops. Before the application is stopping, then that object is destroyed. Why? One object for all people now. Okay, who will take that responsibility to you? The built-in IOC container. Okay, you can just read that carefully. Singleton. When we use this method to register a service, then it will create a singleton service, which means a single instance of that service is created and shared among all the components of the application that requires it. This instance is created when the first request comes to the service. Single instance for all users. In other words, it is equivalent to application object. What is that? Multi-user global data. Next, add scoped. Once per each HTTP request, one instance for each request. Request is different, call is different. Request means what is coming from the client. Call is method call. Understood? So it is going to give one instance for each request. Next. When we use this method to register a service, then it will create a transient service. It means a new instance of the specified service is created each time when it is requested, and they are never shared. One instance for each method call, not each request, each method call. That's the difference between the two. Okay. And finally, when to use what? In real time, we need to register components such as application-wide configurations as iWebhost environment. Common now, I can use it as a singleton. Database access classes like NT framework, context, and all should be as scope. So the connections can be reused. If you want to run anything in parallel, then transient. Parallel calls means asynchronous calling. One in the foreground, one in the background. Parallel calling should be done. Then we should go for a transient. Are you clear? Okay. Read up to here. We'll continue about it in the next. And tomorrow we'll see entity framework core. And we will write the DAL class coding for SQL Server. What you are using? Entity framework core. We learned entity framework now. Now it is entity framework core what we'll use here. Okay, let's stop here, guys.